Hey team, how we doing today? Coach DANA CAVALEA checking in with you this morning. It's Friday, the end of the week, and I know a lot of you are looking forward to the weekend. I am too, and a lot of people say, well, if you love what you're doing, you shouldn't be looking forward to the weekend because you could be so immersed in your work, and forget that. Listen, work hard during the week, take the weekend off, Sunday night start gathering yourself and get yourself ready for your week. That's how we do it. I want to introduce my new book to you guys, Habits of a Champion. And one of the chapters in there talks about rest. It talks about the importance of rest and recovery. And listen, if you're an athlete and you're playing sports or you're in business and you're competing all week, to get that bottom line up and you're grinding it out to get yourself to the next level, you got to rest. You got to unplug. It's super important. Listen, I spent my whole career traveling with the Yankees all over the country and, working hard for, 10 months at a time sometimes and only getting 2 months to really pull back just a little bit. And what happens is you get cooked, you get smoked, you get tired, you get burnt out, your ideas aren't as fresh, your creativity isn't what it should be. So what are we going to do? We got to pull back, we got to build our rest in. But, today's lesson for you, and even something that I reinforce to myself, I want to talk to you not just about rest, but I want to talk to you about tripwires. Because tripwires for me are something that you need to be very, very cautious of. And what is a tripwire? A tripwire is anything that we see or do that causes us to trip. Okay? Very simply. And the trip means if your goal is out here, and you're on your way to your goal and all of a sudden you do something or you see something and you trip, are you going to be getting to your goal anytime soon? You're going to have to take steps back to reset yourself, to gather. So what are examples of tripwires? Tripwires could be using these things, these phones that are super dangerous. Because if you're on social media and you're looking at other people, those other people are not helping you get towards your goal. Other things, sleeping late, sleeping in frequently, and not setting your list the night before, and now you're doing this and you're doing that and you're off target. Those are other examples of tripwires. Not adhering to your own personal schedule that you set for yourself and spending excessive time socializing on the phone or sitting in a coffee shop and doing things that are not productive, as it relates to you achieving your goal. So you got to figure out what your tripwires are. Tripwires can also be known as tendencies. What are your tendencies or negative habits? I know for me, the biggest thing is when I get onto Facebook or I go onto Instagram or I go onto Twitter, those are the things that trip me up because I end up losing a lot more time, and most importantly, I lose my momentum as opposed to getting up, showering, throwing something in my mouth, a good, healthy, clean snack, going to work out, having a clean breakfast, and boom, right to work. That's a great morning. If I somehow in there add social media or, for me, reading the paper, reading negative stuff, that's not for me. Watching the news, any of that, those are my tripwires. So you got to ask yourself, what are your tripwires? What's holding you back? What's in your way and inhibiting you from reaching your ultimate goal? Because listen, most people that are laser focused, they don't have time for all the tripwires and peripheral stuff. So we got to get you laser focused on what it is that you want to do and you want to achieve. And this works for business. It works for improving your physicality. It works for everything. So get focused, get the distractions out of the way, and it's going to take work. You're going to catch yourself. How many times do I go to my phone? How many times do I find myself engaging in things that I shouldn't be doing because it's taking away from me doing the actual hands-on tasks that I need to do in order to get myself moving forward. So this is super important, and I need you to get focused on it because for me, it's changed my whole game. When I'm aware of my tripwires and I don't fall over them, boom, progress, success, achievement, happiness, anxiety's down, stress is down, I start to win. I do the same thing with my CEOs, same thing with executives, same thing with my athletes, to keep everybody focused. That's what I do. I'm the coach. So I coach everybody and I coach myself and I have coaches as well. So that's the lesson for today. Be aware of your tripwires and stop tripping over them. If you ever need coaching, reach out. Coach Dana Cavalier. You can go to danacavalier.com. You can message me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, wherever, I'm all over the place. But feel free, reach out, and let's talk about your journey and getting you going and moving you towards your goals. So, have a great day. Enjoy it. It's Friday. Finish strong. Take the weekend off. Recharge yourself. Sunday night, start preparing. And I'll see you guys later. See ya.